So I was recording. I'm deciding to redo it because I just feel like I was just scattered and I didn't have focus in what I was saying. And I wanted to be definitely more focused on this video because I had to rewatch some of my videos, and I had to say to myself, girl, you coming off a little too raw, a little too real. You might wanna reel it back. But truth be told, it's all good though, because I don't want to be anything else. And the crazy thing is that some people wouldn't believe it, based off of if you had seen, the first couple of videos and whatever opinion you have formed of me just of that. But I really do feel like God had led me to do this and to be bold enough and courageous enough to actually record my life in this moment. Because this is not something I normally would do. And I'm not faking the funk. I'm not, trying to be whatever. I'm just being real and being honest about my experiences during this time. And truth be told, this is just bigger than just a breakup or bigger than just an ongoing divorce. It's bigger than that. It's a moment in time where shit is now just so uncertain. Like nothing is guaranteed anymore. Your family, your friends, life is really real for some people. And if my situation is a divorce, somebody else's situation is mental health. Somebody else's issue is domestic violence. Somebody else's issues is children with special needs during this time. Everybody is going through something in this moment in history. Not everybody is bold enough to seek an outlet so openly. And I thought at first I would not do it. But it was like every time I try to push it away, God is like, you know what I told you to do. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know. Kept pushing it. And then it was just like one day, okay. So if anybody has formed an opinion of me just based off of my verbiage, I'm not going to apologize for that. It was real and it was honest in that moment. I'm not trying to be how can I say it? I'm not trying to be anybody else but myself. If you want to do something for me, pray for me. Pray for me and pray for my family. If you are of the faith. But other than that, I can't not be who I am not. But for those topics, okay, yeah, it was rougher. But for what I'm about to say now, and there's no need to be as harsh. Believe it or not, I've been soul searching. I've been soul searching before I even hit record. I've been soul searching a lot during this moment in time. And with some of the other stuff that I have going on and the things within my family, it's like I don't have the strength. And normally I'm pretty strong, but it feels right now I don't have the strength. But being an optimist, I'm looking at the bigger pictures. And I'm now seeing how there is such an important need for women to stick together. I'm really now seeing it, because the relationship with my family, like, it is just 3 women. It was just my mother, my grandmother, and myself. Now there was another aunt, my aunt. I said there was another aunt. Excuse me, y'all, I'm high. Who was a part of, who used to live, with us, and she moved out, and she, disconnected herself from the family or whatever. It was supposed to be the 4 of us, but it's actually the 3 of us. And how, like, disconnected we were. That we were in our own minds about our own things and about our own issues, and not really taking the time to be as a collective tribe, to just really just check in with one another. That type of relationship. That it's like, okay, this is how we're going to stick together. And seeing the importance of that now. Because it's just the 3 of us. And, with my grandmother battling Alzheimer's, it's the stark reality that it might just be the 2 of us. Since now I'm going through what I'm going through. And not even just in the relationships with my family. I'm seeing the importance of those, like, feminine relationships with women, like, even as your friends. Not in just relation with my, with my immediate family. I'm now seeing that importance with my friends, because it's like we're all going through something. We're all going through something. And it's just something about talking to other women, and other women you can trust. That's going to build you up. That's going to support you. That's going to be those arms for you when you can't lift your own arms. Who's going to be the legs for you when you can't lift your own legs. When you can't stand, they're there to help stand with you. Those type of friends. Those relationships are important. And especially during these times. I even have to sit back and think about, how did it feel for my mom to hear that one of her very best friends came down with COVID. And not just her best friend, the whole family. How she still wanted to be there for her friend because of the sisterhood within that relationship. That was beautiful. And I know that some people might think of my hard exterior, that I wouldn't be so, I don't know, sensitive or understanding maybe. But I saw that, and it's like, sisterhood is important. Because we get caught up in our stuff, we get caught up in our relationships, we get caught up in work and all that other stuff, our kids, and we don't make the time to connect. So I was praying today, and because my mom is in the ER right now, and I'm literally just waiting and praying that everything is okay with her. I give it to God. I trust God. Trying to just remain the positive person that I'm trying to be, because I wasn't always like this. This is truly a strength. I wasn't always like this. And just seeing the importance of that now. And because, after praying and just gaining so much clarity and so much insight on my situations, it brought me to another level of forgiveness for my mom and even our past. That, I'm letting bygones be bygones, and I'm like, okay, it is what it is, let's start over. Really taking a step back and looking at things as they are right now. And despite what happened, despite who may be for her, who may be against her, who may be, a support to her or not, I'm learning at the end of the day, that is my mom and she is still here. And that is a blessing. And to forgive her as well, like as I forgave my father for that broken boy, I'm forgiving my mom for that broken girl, because I'm forgiving Shakora for her broken little girl. Oh, it went deep. It went deep, honey. I'm not just a pretty face and a reckless mouth. Sis here can get deep. And really having that true, honest forgiveness, like, I get it. And I'm also seeing where I've been wrong and where I'm still wrong. I get it. And wanting to focus on reconnecting. Like, my focus right now is on myself, really. I thought if I go out there and, talk to other guys and just have conversation, just see what's out there. what I had to ask myself, what am I doing? But I know what I want to do. And I know that you gotta use what you gotta use what you got to get what you want. So if I'm gonna use I'm gonna use it. But I'm like, that's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for purpose. I'm looking to get into purpose. I'm looking to be that woman that I'm supposed to be. Not trying to be like anybody else, not trying to fit in with anybody else, but truly just be who I am called to be in this moment in time. And if this story is impactful, if anything that I'm talking about is impactful, it will inspire other people. It will bring a change in people. Instead of worrying about, oh, well, such and such and such, and, ignorant people taking what I'm doing and just running with it. Actually really sit down and just watch and hear what I have to say. And I want to focus right now on me. Focus on my purpose. Focus on healing. Focus on being a better mother. Focus on being a better daughter. Focus on being a better granddaughter. Like, okay, you know what? You might not be perfect. You might not be a perfect little angel, but you're needed and you're important. Be there. And that's kind of like where my mind is at right now. I'm more focused on purpose and healing. And my business. But trying to put myself back in a frame of mind to move forward in my education and continuing that now. But I want to record this moment in history for the lessons I'm learning along the way. And just coming to that realization, like, relationships with women, with other women is really important. With other women that you can depend on and you can trust. It doesn't have to be a competition. It doesn't have to be over like petty bullshit. Well, she has more than me, or I'm jealous that she has this. And it doesn't have to be on that type of fucking bullshit. If you win, why can't I win with you? Excuse me. Why can't we all win? Why can't we all split bread? Why isn't there enough camaraderie? Not everything has to be a competition. We're all good. We all have different lanes. There's different shit that we're all supposed to be doing. And that's kind of like where I'm at. I guess because now I'm comfortable being in my power. I guess that is probably the one thing I have learned in, my breakup is I'm taking my power back. Like, listen, I'm finna do me. I'm finna grow. I'm finna learn from this. I'm going to do better than this. And I had to learn how to forgive him in the process. Still have that tinge of bitterness, and with rewatching the videos, I have to check myself on that. Like, yeah, Cora, you was bitter. You still mad at homeboy. And I'm learning, as cliche as it sounds, that hurt people do in fact hurt people. Sometimes we're not aware of exactly how deep that hurt is. But hurt people do in fact hurt people. The question is now, are you going to deal with your hurt? Or are we going to use our hurt and pain to now be better people? So when it comes down to the people that we love, when we say we don't want to hurt them, we actually mean it, because we actually did the work. So I want to be another hurt person who's hurting people. And I really had to learn to forgive my mom. And it's just like, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't see it. But now that I see it, even if I may verbally never hear from you, I am sorry. I see it. I see it. I forgive you. And I love you. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. We are here now. How can we fix it? How can we bond? Because we're women who need each other. Not just a mother and daughter. We're women who need one another. How do we fix it? Even with some of my friendships, I know I've been MIA. I've been with my head in the cloud. I've been distracted completely. I've been wrapped up in my own stuff, and I know you guys got stuff of your own. So what can I do to bring this sisterly bond back so we can be a support to one another? This is where my mind is at now. And most importantly, and just within myself, I had to do the work in healing myself. Like, I'm forgiving not just my soon-to-be ex-husband. I forgave my father. I'm forgiving my mother. I have to forgive me. I have to forgive me. Because the person I want to be is requiring it. And not no half-assed forgiveness neither. Whole forgiveness. At that. And it was a hard lesson. It's not easy coming to terms with your ugliness. But for the relationships I have and the value they have now to me, I need to do the work. Because what if I have a little girl? What if I marry a man, who has daughters? They can see one thing with their mom, but I also want to show them something different. Like, you can be strong, you can be independent, you can stand fully in your power, but you can learn to be soft and feminine at the same time. You can know what you have to bring to the table. You know who you are. You're a Proverbs 31 woman. Like, you can know that. And you can know that whatever you set your mind to do, whether it's a blog, video, whatever, sing, write novels, writing poems, whatever your talent is, express it, boo. And if they don't cheer for you, cheer for yourself. If they don't, I see you doing it. Clap for yourself. But I'm not angry. For anybody who sees this video all the way through, I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. I'm learning. And there's growing pains. Just because I'm an adult doesn't mean that I'm not learning. And I'm learning to have patience. That I can see some shit. I can know some shit. But is it really worth being petty about? It's really not worth it. Instead, for this person's behavior, I'm still going to say what I want to say. I'm still going to say what I have to say. But I'll be mindful of the delivery. I'll be mindful of the tone. But I'm still going to get my point across. But to have understanding. You might not like it, but to have understanding. And know when to distance yourself. Because sometimes with you doing whatever it is that you're doing, whether you want to vlog just like I'm vlogging, whether you want to write, sing, rap, whatever, act, whatever it is, that the most important thing is to have God in the center, but to also know that when you are simply just doing you, you're going to have those who's rooting and those people who is just not going to rock with you no matter what, and that can include family. That you doing you simply is causing jealousy. And to see it and to know it and just be like, I'm still going to love you, but I can also know when to distance. Not everybody can do this. But I'm going to continue soul searching. I'm going to continue to check on my mom. I'm just going to continue to try to put myself in a positive space. But yeah, I just jumped right into it. No intro, no nothing. But I did it for the video. I decided to just be like, let's just start over. Let's just start from scratch. We just gonna do that. But no, continue to be great. Continue to focus on yourselves. Continue to focus on positivity. Focus on becoming the people that God wants you to be. Because that's kind of like where my focus is at. I want love. I want, success. I want a lot of things. But I'm now to a point in an understanding in life that if God is not in the center of it, it's not going to be, and it's not going to feel how it's supposed to, because the source is not there. But have a good night, y'all. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to say? Anything else I want to talk about? Not really. But I'm not on one all the time. I can't guarantee I might not come on this camera and act. I can't guarantee I'm going to come on this camera all the time and act right. I can't guarantee that. I can't guarantee I'm going to act right all the time. But this is who I am. God's working on me. Believe it or not. He is. But God's working on me. All right, y'all. I'm shutting this shit off. Peace.